Oh, hi. I'm happy you clicked in. We're getting my life together! I actually have done many videos on getting my life together in the past as well, which is not a problem. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like rebalancing every now and then, but like I think getting your life together is not a one-time thing. I think it's like a repetitive pattern that should happen in your life. Like, I change a lot. I love and hate change at the same time. Like, I'm addicted to change because everything I do, everything in my life just changes constantly. And I think for me, getting out of my comfort zone isn't even like a big thing, because I am getting out of my comfort zone to an extent where I cannot really control it anymore, which is crazy, but it's just how it works. And it is something that has been implemented in my life since I was a little child, actually, because I moved countries, I had to learn a whole new language, I had to get out of my comfort zone a lot of times. I even got out of my comfort zone because as a creative I went to an economics school. Bad idea, don't do it, but I think change is kind of implemented in my soul, kind of, and I have to change in order to survive. I think like one thing that people should really consider is that change is inevitable. Like, you cannot change. You cannot change the fact that you will change, but you can change the way you deal with it. You can't change the way you deal with change, because if you crumble every time something changes, then obviously life is gonna be shit. Like, life is gonna be very hard for you. But if you deal with change the way you would deal with like a minor inconvenience, I'm a person who deals with like big things in a very like nonchalant way, but with minor inconveniences in a very like toxic way. So this is probably what I should change. But if you change how you deal with change in a whole, then change will automatically feel a lot easier. I think if you have a root cause for your happiness, like for example, a clear goal, a clear vision of your future that you really want, then change usually feels a lot lighter to you. If your clear goal changes, that is obviously another path, that is obviously another thing that you have to consider, and you have to keep in mind that that change will feel painful, but sometimes even your main goal changes in a way that you cannot influence. So if anything in your life really changes fundamentally, that doesn't mean that your life is ruined. And this is something you can, for example, find in The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, one book that really changed my life. And the way I view things is like that sometimes some things aren't worth giving fucks about. How people react to you, how people interact with you, for example. You cannot give a fuck about other people's actions, at how the world works, and that's never gonna work out for you. So all you can give fucks about is what you do in order to reach your own goals and to be a good person and to save your own karma. And you cannot really influence how other people will act. You give a fuck about that, and that is always going to change. And with that, your intentions, your goals, and your life will also probably change. So my point for this entire video is basically, if you invest more time in the way you act and you see things, you perceive change in general, and if you put less time into other people's perception and other people's perception of change, change will feel so much lighter to you, and you will feel like you change for yourself and not for other people. Like, for example, if you have a problem with yourself, like, let's just say I don't want to talk this much anymore because it makes, it's just very heavy on my soul that I talk too much, and I just feel uncomfortable with that fact, then I change it for myself and not for anyone else. Just the same with my body. If I feel like I cannot move my body that nicely, then I will go to the gym to change my body for me, so I have the ability to move better and not for other people because they look at me that way. And this is the thing that is so important about change, is that you always change for yourself and you don't change for other people, because other people don't deserve your change. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.